What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy live stream podcast. Monday Miracle. Tom Brady's done live stream. Just kidding. Tom Brady's not done. Tom Brady is alive and kicking. He's going to be great the rest of the season for fantasy, but that was awful. That was hard to watch. That was
good game to watch.
Did you watch it all? I couldn't.
I did.
I couldn't watch it all.
I was working, so I just had it on in the background. It was difficult seeing how much they struggled, and they could just never quite get it on track.
Completely agree.
Yeah, I had a PrizePicks entry for all overs. It was four different picks. I think it was Kamara, Gronk, Evans, and Brown, and not a single one hit. So,
I was going to say
not what I was expecting.
That was a Bucks heavy entry that you made, and I don't think a single Buccaneer hit their over yesterday on PrizePicks. Probably not a single one.
Mike Evans got close. Gronk dropped a touchdown that would have probably put him at least close, but not
Brady
great. Not great, Bob.
Brady did not hit it. I had a league where I was up by 4 points going into this game, and they had Tom Brady left. And I won.
So you were about to lose.
God.
Then...
Okay, you should have lost.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have lost. Yeah, I was up by 4. The game started, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll take a loss in this league, and pulled out the win. It's all about that.
Not my best fantasy week. Out of my 8 leagues, I had 2 wins. One of those wins came against someone who did not play a quarterback, and Dalvin Cook and Russell Wilson. So that's how my week is going.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was my worst fantasy week as well. I think I won in maybe a little bit better. I'm checking right now, but I think it was 3 of 8 leagues.
You guys, whenever you guys do poorly, I swear to God, I have a good week. And I think it's kind of vice versa there, but I had a great week. So
thank you, Josh.
That's what it always seems to happen. I don't know.
It was 4 of 8. I perfectly split, dead even. We were 4-4 this week, so I'll take it.
How did our FSGA experts league? How did that
do? Really bad. We did very poorly in that league. Man, we were struggling. You know what? Josh and I have a confession to make. A really poor decision we made a couple weeks ago whenever we were trying to make room for a roster spot. We were deciding who to cut.
That never happened.
Jameer Bird or Sterling Shepard.
Oh no! Did we drop Sterling Shepard?
Josh and I made the decision.
You know what, JL? The fact that you don't know that we've dropped Sterling Shepard, you can't even say anything. It's been too long.
I think I can.
So you know what? I'm gonna take my L on that one. That was a really bad decision on our part. Looking back on it,
we needed someone to start that week, wide receiver.
We needed someone to start. Period.
Well, if I was included in this team that I have taken,
it was in a group chat with all 3 of us. Josh was just the only one. I can't be
expected to answer every group chat message. Okay, this is on you, not me.
Just those ones.
We did get a little deeper on the phone. If you know what I'm talking
about.
Sons of guns. You sons of guns.
Every time you don't respond to a message about a joint team that we have together, I'm going to drop one of your favorite players.
Okay. We'll see how that strategy works out for you.
Listen, this had to be more than 3 weeks ago, though, too. I mean, that was back when Sterling Shepard first got hurt, and he was like, okay.
It was a while
we
ago.
Were he's probably retired. He's hurt. We haven't seen him in 2 weeks, so.
Tough but fair. I agree. Yeah, the Sterling Shepard, it wasn't like he was 1 week from coming back and we cut him. He was he had some time to come back. He was 1 week and 1 day from coming back. He was 8 days from coming back, and we decided
the IR makes it weird this year too. You know, teams can throw people in the IR, and you're kind of like, how long is it gonna be, right? You know what I'm talking about?
True, yeah.
Yeah, I was pulling up our game to look at how it looked. I think going into the game last night, we were down a lot, and going into the afternoon games, we had the Dallas Cowboys defense and Amari Cooper, and we were already down by 3 points at this point. They had
playing Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, they had Justin Herbert, Oh, they're not done. They're already ahead of us by 28. Justin Herbert, Damian Harris, LaMichael Pirine. Who else did they have in the afternoon games? Darren Waller and the Steelers D. And we were already losing.
Listen to this wide receiver core: Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill.
This is in a 14-team league.
Man,
Experts
really
league. Like there's Andy Behrens is in this league. Fantasy Pros. Who else?
FYF Josh is in this league.
Josh is
Fantasy sort of Pros. Oh, you said Fantasy Pros already. Sports Illustrated.
It's no joke. This league is no joke. We were doing pretty well in the last couple weeks.
Yahoo.
We were 4-1, and now we are 4-4, about to be 4-5.
And in the streak.
We've taken a decline, but you know what? It's all about the fourth quarter. This is a story. This is a movie. No one likes a movie where it's just up, 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 up. This is the middle of the movie. You ever seen Dinner for Schmucks? This is when his girlfriend leaves. Okay, his girlfriend just left, and now we got to win her back. We got to do right for Steve Carell, and we got to win her back, and then we're gonna take home the title.
Have you ever seen the movie Hitch? This is the part where the woman realizes that Kevin James hired Will Smith to be his love coach, and she's like, "I don't know if I want to be with him anymore." This is that.
Have you ever seen the movie Shrek? This is the part where Fiona actually agrees to marry Lord Farquaad, and she's mad at Shrek. Now we got to go in and break up that wedding and bring home a championship.
And we all know Josh is donkey.
Josh, you got any examples for us? Anything?
Have you ever seen the movie Wedding Crashers? This is the point in the movie where they get caught by the priest. You know, Vince Vaughn's an idiot. He tells the priest that all the things, and he thinks he's in confession, but he's still now. Owen Wilson's got to win back his love of his life.
Moral of the story: Don't give up, even if you are in the middle of the season dip.
I'm really realizing that's probably near the end of Wedding Crashers. That point. Yeah,
and honestly, the Dinner for Schmucks example, that's one of my least favorite movies, only because
so sad.
I like the movie, but there's only 5 minutes of happy at the beginning and 5 minutes of happy at the end, and the rest of the movie is stressful. Like some movies, like there's an up and then a down and then an up. Dinner for Schmucks is like 5 minutes of happy and then boom, everything blows up, and then 5 minutes of happy at the end. You got 2 hours of. I'm pretty sure it's not a 2 hour
anxiety ride.
Yeah. Okay, Miles has a question for us. Should I trade Brady, Jacobs, and Mostert for Mahomes? Joshua?
All right, this is a fantasy football podcast.
No. I mean, so it's I need some context, really. I mean, is it a redraft or dynasty league? If it's a redraft league, I can't see myself making this trade. Even in a super flex, it would be really, really tough. So I'm going to say no. In a dynasty league, in a super flex dynasty league, you could consider it, but otherwise, no.
If this is anything other than super flex, no.
Anything other than super flex dynasty, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Josh said. If this is a redraft league, yep, I agree. I agree with everything Josh said. I'm not doing it. I think Brady had a bad game, but he's been great and he'll continue to be great.
Yep.
And Jacobs is a stud. I'm not moving 2 running backs like that plus Brady. I think you're solid. You said I'm solid at every position besides QB. I think you're solid at QB too. Yeah. That was just a rough week. Brady's been playing very well. He's been good for fantasy. This was a bad week for him. But I don't think that means jump ship.
A quick way to see if this is a good move for your team is just look at the points scored between the two and see if that would have helped you get some victories. Like if it actually improves your team, it should help you at least win some games in the past and project it into the future. So go look at the points of each of those players. See if the upgrade from Brady to Mahomes is worth the loss of Jacobs. Mostert's just kind of in there. So,
I mean, I think he's a little more than a throw-in when he comes back. He's a solid running back
when he comes back, for sure.
Okay, so guys, today we are going to play a game of. Well, NBA rigged. I got to throw that in there. Josh, did you break the door when you celebrated the Ravens victory?
Listen, I mean, I was celebrating probably a little prematurely. It just felt like we were dominating them at some point in the second half that game I was watching. But my door's still broken. If I open right now, it's got yeah. So yeah, sure, I'll give it to you.
Today we're going to play another round of poll perception, but before we do that, I wanted to take a look at our PrizePicks from last Thursday night's football game, and then jump in and make some more selections for tonight's game. So, oops, I got to share my screen so that you guys can see the board. Okay, NBA rig. Before we do this, what was Ravens' game plan that worked really well against the Colts? Josh, as our resident Ravens expert.
Yeah, I was watching the whole game, and the first half was not fun to watch. We scored a defensive touchdown. That was the only thing we did on offense, pretty much. We had no rushing yards, but there was something that happened.
Only thing we did on offense.
Really, though, that's what it felt like. And the Colts were kind of doing the same thing. The Ravens defense was playing fantastic. There was something that they did at halftime. I am not 100% sure. I was just enjoying the game, and I wasn't really. That Jonathan, that fumble really helped, but. The Colts couldn't get anything going. The Ravens defense is playing outstanding like they have all year, and that's just what happened. And then the Ravens offense started to put it together a little bit, and, we won. It was a little nerve-wracking, though, just because the Colts, if they could do anything on offense, the Ravens still have stuff to figure out. But I was happy to see what I saw.
I know what the game plan wasn't. It was not give the ball to J.K. Dobbins.
God.
I just keep waiting. It seems like they should, but I guess Gus is doing all right.
They ran it a lot better in the second half. Gus had a fumble on the 1 yard line, and we got back into the red zone, put right back on the 1 yard line. We gave him 3 straight carries and he scored. So we have faith in him on the goal line.
Yeah. Okay.
We couldn't run in the first half. I think they ran a lot better in the second half.
2.5 yards a carry for Dobbins.
Yeah.
So this was not our pick. This was my pick from last night. Similar to JL, I took some overs, but I went on the New Orleans side. But I was still wrong on all of them. I guess they pulled some starters and people stopped getting points. So I did not have a good night on PrizePicks last night. And last week on Thursday Night Football, these were our 2 entries. The first one was Nick Mullins under, Jerick McKinnon under, and Aaron Rodgers over. We almost nailed that one. Jerick McKinnon had the last-second touchdown that pushed him over the projection of 12. But a loss is a loss. We didn't get it. And on our other Thursday night pick, Mason Crosby over. That followed the game script we were expecting. He got 12 points. Ross Dwelly under. Unfortunately, he got the over. And then Robert Tunyon did diddly squat last Thursday. And so our pick of over was no good either. So far as a team, we are 0 for 2. But let's change that. So guys,
I want to be left out of that.
Wait, you weren't here.
I'm joking around.
For those of you watching that have not used PrizePicks before, what it is, Jalen and I do some work for them. And how it works is you select players and they have a projection. So Damian Harris, you see his line is projected at 11.6 fantasy points. What you then do is select whether you think he's going to go over or under that projection. You do that for anywhere from 2 to 4 players. Choose the amount you want to pay as your entry fee. And then based on whether you pick flex play, which is where you have to hit all but 1. So for a 3 pick, you'd have to hit 2 out of 3. Or power play, you have to hit all 3. Payouts are different. And then you place your entry. Pretty simple, pretty fun. I'm not so great at it, but I'm getting better. We're going to get it this week. Tonight, this is our night. And if you guys want to try it out, if you sign up with code, it's FYF, right, JL?
Yep.
If you sign up with code FYF, you'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100. And you can try it out as well. So is there anything on this board that is screaming out to you guys? I can scroll down and show you the whole thing. As far as a line that you like.
So let me ask you guys this: are the Jets going to compete in this game, or are we going to get like another Miami-like game?
No, I don't think so.
Simon, what do you predict?
I don't know. I could see the Jets competing in this game. It depends how Cam looks out there. The Patriots have not looked great recently. I think the Patriots win, but I think the Jets might actually compete. That's how I view it.
That's fair. I could see it happening. It's just like you said, I think Cam or the offense would have to pretty much not do much because I don't think the Jets are going to be scoring a ton personally.
So do you think it's a low scoring game, or do you think the over under will be, or if the over under is 30, which side are you taking?
Are you asking me?
Both of you.
Was 30?
Yeah.
I'll take the over. I'll take the over at 30. That's really low.
40?
40, I'll take the under. 40.
I'll probably still take the over at 40, but it's right on that line.
What is the over under? What is it? Do you know?
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah. I'm not sure. What I'm trying to figure out is if we think the Jets will not just be like stumped here, then that changes how I look at this board.
So the over-under is 41.5, and the Jets or the Patriots are minus 9.5 point favorites.
That makes sense.
41.5 divided by 2, minus 9.5. So
I guess it could happen, but
I mean, I like Cam Newton under here as a possibility.
So they're expecting the Jets, based on NFL odds, to score 11.5 points, is what they're saying. And the Patriots to score 30 points.
Okay. So then I also like the Joe Flacco under here.
Man, 12.5 is just a really low line.
And so the scoring based on this is essentially PPR and 4 point per passing touchdown. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is
1 point for every 25 yards,
which is 0.04.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, I like the Flacco under here. What do you guys think?
I get where you're coming from. Just 12.5 is a really low line for a quarterback. But let's do 2 entries, and let's do one around this game script that the Jets can't score at all.
All right.
You want to do that? So Joe Flacco under. Now, because we picked the quarterback, we can't pick any of his pass catchers in that same entry. But how do we feel about the running Frank Gore? What do we think he's going to do? Over under 6?
I think that's a very good line.
If we don't want to touch it, we don't have to touch it.
I don't know that I would touch it because I could see him getting like a goal line rush that repels him over, but I could also see him not. I think he's projected around that like 5 point area, so 5 to 6 point. So I think it's a very good line.
This game.
This is a tough one. The Damiere Byrd line seems a little bit high. I feel like what this is he going to get a touchdown or not?
Yeah. I feel you there.
And I would bet no if I had
James White.
I would say no. That's an interesting one. Because based on what he's done recently, it would be under, but he's been out and then he came back. It was his first game back. He didn't look so hot. What do you think? You think this is a James White game?
I think it could be. Yeah, you're right. The last couple of weeks, see in half PPR, he had 0.8 in week 7 against San Francisco, 4.5 against Buffalo. But let me look at PPR because that is going to be more relevant here. Let's see. So not that much different, 1.3, 5.5. The week before in week 6, he had 15.3 with 8 receptions. So, and the week before, in week 4, he had 7 receptions. So if he can get enough receptions in this game, I think he could go over easily.
How many weeks has he been back now? Because he missed some time. How many weeks has he been back? Is this his 2nd week back or his 3rd week back?
I don't know officially when he came back, but he has week 4 is when he started playing it. He missed weeks 2 and 3.
Okay, so he's been back for a while.
He's also unreliable, so taking the under might be good there.
Yeah, what do you think, Josh? Which way would you go on this line?
Under.
Okay. And then do the Frank Gore line again. I kind of like that one. Now, if we don't think the Jets are going to be able to score very much, how do we feel about the Jets kicker?
That's the
Is he wearing a New England jersey there?
Oh, that's the New England kicker. Oops, I clicked on the wrong guy. The red threw me off.
It's like I was like,
maybe I'm blue-green colorblind and I don't know it.
Wait, what do you guys think about Brashad Perriman?
We cannot include him in this. We can't include him in this.
You're right. My bad. I think the kicker's fine. Typically, if it's going to be low scoring,
okay, gotcha,
or good defensive game, then kickers tend to get a little bit boost in my mind because they're going to be held from scoring, and so that gives them a little more opportunity. Didn't work so well last night, though, so I don't know.
We could also go with one of the. We could throw Cam Newton in there as the other quarterback. Make this our quarterback entry. 2 quarterbacks and a running back. If we think, what do you guys think on the Cam Newton line of 20.5 over or under? Their projected point total is 30 and a half is what they're expected to get according to Vegas.
Cam Newton's the only guy I'm confident of getting any points in this game, but 20 and a half is a good line. Like, seriously, when it comes down to it, like, I'm not excited about any of these people. Maybe Jamison Crowder, but is he even not questionable yet?
I think he's still questionable.
Yeah. So, this game's tough.
I think if we're following the game script that the Jets aren't scoring and the Patriots are going to take it out, then this is a Patriots higher scoring game. If they're going to score that 30 points, and that would lead to a good Cam Newton game. So, like, based on the game script of choosing Joe Flacco under, it makes me want to select Cam Newton over.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
I think it's a solid line. I think it's a solid line. So honestly, I'm fine with that.
I like that.
Under over.
Under.
Joe Flacco under 12 and a half. James White under 8.5. Cam Newton over 20.5.
So we'll do a power. You need a power play.
Yeah, let's do a power play.
So this is like really. This is playing like the Patriots are just going to dominate.
Yeah,
like
except we do have James White under, but it could be dominate through the air or with Damian Harris. 20.
Sure.
We'll do 20.
50.
Place entry.
1,000. 10,000.
Oh. Projections have changed.
Oh, you son of a.
Joe Flacco is now at 12.1, and James White is now at 9.
James White went up.
And Joe Flacco went down.
What was Flacco before?
12.5.
Oh. They're watching. I know
they're watching the stream.
Yeah, they're making some good points.
You know what? That doesn't change my mind on. We already had the under on James White, so really that benefits us.
Submit
and that doesn't change my opinion on Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco's so good, though.
Okay, now I say we go with an entry with some of the pass catchers. Let's do one more.
I'd take over for Jamison if he was playing, but I have no idea if he's playing.
I think he's playing. If he doesn't play, then it won't count for or against our entry.
I just think he's going to get a bunch of catches. You said it's PPR, right? Or
yeah.
Half? Okay.
Oh, full PPR.
I just think he's going to get a bunch of catches,
Yeah.
Because, like, who else are they going to throw it to? Denzel Mims, Brashad Perriman. I get it. Denzel Mims, I like his talent, but he's a rookie.
Yeah, I think he might go under. What do you think?
I would guess so. But again, that's a weird one if Jamison Crowder doesn't play, but then we lose anyway.
No, we wouldn't lose if Jamison Crowder doesn't play.
Oh, you're not doing a trip. You're doing a.
How it works is your entry will, if a player does not play, it'll revert down a tier. So if we did a 3-pick entry, it'll become a 2-pick entry.
Okay, cool.
So they don't count it for or against you.
Awesome.
Damian Harris, any opinions on him? Let's just
see him going under.
Damian Harris, that's what I was thinking as well. That line kind of screams under to me. Yeah. I think Cam Newton's going to vulture the goal line touchdowns, and I don't see Damian getting going in this game, especially.
See what?
Excuse me.
That boring, huh? We're that boring.
That was the biggest yawn I've ever had.
Oh my god! I thought you were vaping.
I just hit it. I hit it in my hand. Yeah.
He's like, wait, I need this.
Let's pick
I
one
can't
more
wait until the
player.
end of my own sentence. I got to hit this right now.
Let's pick one more play to throw on there. I really want to put Demir Bird under.
Do
Okay,
it.
do it.
Okay, you guys are on board with this. Demir Bird under 9.5. Damian Harris under 11.6. Jamison Crowder. So this is, even though we expect the Patriots to win by quite a bit, we've got two unders on the Patriots and an over on the Jets. But I agree with Josh. Jamison Crowder is just going to catch a bunch of balls.
Bunch of balls.
So
That's good
hopefully we'll revisit this after the game. Hopefully we do better this time than we did last time. We can't really do worse. So actually we could do worse. We could get all three wrong. We got
Nice.
one wrong on one of them and two wrong on the other. So it could be a lot worse. So we've got some questions. NBA Rick, Herbert versus Tua face each other. Who will score more fantasy points next week? Herbert.
Herbert's the easy answer. I love the way Tua looked, though. I don't know if you watched any of that game.
Very good.
He looked really, really, really good. Like, I mean, I wanted him to go. I was like rooting for him, but Herbert.
Herbie fully loaded. Lock it in.
Yeah. Though the one thing Tua has going for him is that his defense is better than the Chargers defense. So Herbert will be facing a tougher defense. NBA Rig just said the same thing. Miami has shut down corner, so I'm down on Herbert. I just have a little bit more faith in Herbert at this point, but I could definitely see Tua doing better, primarily because of the Miami defense. Tonight, Harris or Burkhead? Neither, if you have a choice.
Harris, I guess.
I'll say
Harris.
I'll say Burkhead. I'm gonna go with it's a Wild Bill game, and he's gonna throw Burkhead out there. You never know what's gonna happen in Bill's backfield. Bill's backfield. Okay, guys, are you ready for a round of poll perception? I did have one question for you.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to play like we played last week, where both people guess every round, or do you want to play the over/under way?
Okay, I'm good either way.
Doesn't matter. But
Okay.
Leg.
it doesn't matter.
We'll play the OG way. We will play the OG way. So round one, I randomly selected and eeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger. JL, you're up first.
Thank you. Using my
Thank you.
Using my Quiplash idea from Friday.
Yep. Eeny, miny, mo.
Eeny, miny, mo, tiger by his toe.
Tiger has a toe. So round one, JL, this is a dynasty superflex PPR league. Side A is Justin Herbert plus a 2021 early first. Side B is AJ Brown. What percentage of people chose the Justin Herbert and 2021 early first side of this trade?
Dynasty Superflex PPR. Justin Herbert, 2021 early first. AJ Brown. Superflex. This is an interesting one.
It is very interesting.
I'm gonna go with 50.
Pause.
What?
I never explain the rules if we have new people watching.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to throw that out there. So how this game works. This game is called Poll Perception. It is our OG game that we started playing on the podcast. How it works is I found some polls on Twitter, Reddit, Poll Sports before the show started. These polls are a good sampling of like the current public perception of players or not, based on JL's complaints about my sampling size, the number of votes. But what we're going to do is I'm going to propose a poll to one of these awful gentlemen. They will then guess what the actual percentage of people is that chose side A of that trade. So you see side A here, side B. So JL was about to guess. What were you going to guess? We'll play by example.
I was going to guess 57%.
Okay, so JL guessed 57%. After he guesses, I'll then go to Josh and ask him whether he thinks the actual percentage of people that took side A was higher or lower than JL's guess of 57%. And Josh, you would say, this is real, by the way. We're explaining the rules. This is also real.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah, you're really putting me on the spot here. But I'll say that, man, more people.
Josh says over. Depending on how close JL is,
I love AJ Brown.
based on how close JL is, he'll get points or not if he's too far away. And then Josh can also get points for correctly predicting the over/under. So JL, are you ready to find out if you scored points this round? So the actual percentage of people based on 214 votes from Tweeter. This is between your preferred sampling size and my usual sampling size. It's right in the middle. The actual percentage of people that chose Justin Herbert in an early 21 first is 84%. You were off by 27 percentage points. But Josh, you correctly predicted the over/under.
Let's go.
So you get 2 points.
Sons of guns.
The super flex. Young quarterback doing really well.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying.
I don't know what I meant by that.
Macho.
Super flex
Football.
Josh,
football. Yeah.
Explosion.
Meat. I don't even really like. I eat chicken and salmon.
I eat chicken.
Okay, round 2,
No
Josh.
red meat, huh?
I'll eat it if it's like offered and I'm not being rude. Like I don't hate it. It just hurts my tummy. You know, I'm a little sensitive.
Fair enough.
So I don't eat it by choice. Though I recently learned pork is a red meat. I thought pork was not red meat.
What did you think?
I don't know. I just thought it was
red at all.
Well, like whenever you see like a pork chop, it's like white like chicken, not like brown like steak. You know what I mean? So I thought it was more in the chicken category, but apparently it is not.
Simon's got like his color palettes. This isn't red at all.
I only wear things that are pork colored. Round 2, Josh.
Greasy.
Yes, that's me.
And just so you know, I purposely picked JL on purpose to go first because there was a super.
Pick me on purpose.
Purposely
I purposely picked him on purpose to play pole perception. To play pole perception in the primary position. Josh.
Okay.
Because his was a super flex question, which you love.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got a JL question for you.
It's DeAndre Hopkins.
Easy.
No.
Easy.
Hey, Sancho, chill. You're going to scratch your face
He's got
off.
a nice, huge sample size and everything.
So,
biggest sample size.
Who would you rather have in Dynasty? Side A, Jonathan Taylor. Side B, Travis Etienne.
Well, we don't. Okay.
That was the poll. That was the poll.
So there are leagues. What are they called?
Devy
leagues. Thank you. Because I was been sitting here for 10 seconds.
Explain what Devy is.
But Devy is when you can draft players that are still in college for when they're in the NFL. You can kind of draft them ahead of time. So there's people thinking about this right now. I got to go Jonathan Taylor. He's getting your fantasy team points right now. Travis Etienne, even like if Travis Etienne came out last year, Jonathan Taylor was still, I think, the preferred prospect out of the two. I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to say that
I'm asking for the Etienne side, just so you know. Oh wait, no, I'm asking for the Jonathan Taylor side.
I was about to say what?
I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's not playing very well though either right now. He just fumbled and losing carries in that offense every week. So I'll say that 79% of people chose Jonathan Taylor.
That was not where I expected you to go after the last sentence you said, but you are
right?
locked in at 79%. John Luke,
you made this even easier for me, Josh. I'm going under.
More. Oh yeah.
I'm going under. I might be biased, but I think what you just said about people's expectations being different than reality so far this season is definitely going to feed into this, and the fact that anyone who's been paying attention to what Travis Etienne is doing or how he's been playing knows that he's just been balling out, and he's been very hyped amongst the the Devy community or fantasy football dynasty community, I guess, in general, for people who are paying attention to college. So I'm going to go under here.
Okay. The actual answer, the percentage of people that prefer Jonathan Taylor over Travis Etienne in Dynasty is 38%. Josh, you were off by 41 percentage points. I think that might be the worst guess in poll perception history, actually.
Probably the worst poll in poll perception history, actually.
Only because
someone's going to get like a 99% differential. It's not one day. If we play this enough, someone will do it.
Dale,
Yeah,
you,
that's just dumb, honestly. Jonathan Taylor, I don't know. It's dumb. Travis Etienne could get drafted by the Jets, like
right,
That
but
is,
it's like that Family Guy sketch where it's like, do you want the boat or what's behind door number 2? And then he's
it's
like,
actually I just saw that episode like 2 days ago, and it's actually a mystery box or a boat.
okay, so it could be anything, even a boat.
Yeah, it could be. That's what he says. That's what
he says. I think that's
you know how much we wanted a boat.
Yeah, that's how people view rookies or upcoming rookies. Travis Etienne could be even Jonathan Taylor.
If this season was over, sure, I could see Travis Etienne. That's fine. And Jonathan Taylor plays the same the rest of the season, then sure. But I don't know.
Again, and remember, like, this game is all about what the community thinks about these players, not necessarily like what we think. And so, I don't necessarily think that their value should be that far off, but pay attention to how other people are valuing.
Yeah, can help you get trades done. If you love Jonathan Taylor and you're looking like you've got an early first-round pick next year, and you're not that high on Travis Etienne, go move that pick for Jonathan Taylor right now, if that's what you want to do. Because according to this poll,
seriously,
397 votes. That's not a insignificant sampling size. You should be able to get something like that done with some Jonathan Taylor owners or managers. Okay, so JL, you mounted a comeback in that round, a massive comeback. It is now 2-2 going into round 3, and you are back up. This poll brought to you from Twitter again, and it has a sampling size of 143 votes. There were some, I think not enough happened this weekend for people to post a bunch of crazy polls. So the choices were slim picking. So this trade is in a dynasty league. I lost my train of thought for a second there. Side A is Darren Waller. Side B is a 2021 mid to late first. What percentage of people chose Darren Waller?
Wow.
So this is a non-superflex, non-tight end premium dynasty league.
That is a very good
I like it.
question. How old is Darren Waller?
10 at least.
At least 10
He's
years.
Probably like 27, 28 years old.
28, you're right. Up 28.
Side note, Darren Waller might be my favorite player in the NFL. I love him so much.
Well, he was on the Ravens. That's where he started his career. He was a tight end. I mean, he's a wide receiver. We drafted him to make him a tight end. Or we drafted him and we were like, hey, listen, we need tight ends. Why don't you turn into a tight end for us? And he was all like, yeah, that sounds great. And then we kept drafting tight ends and getting new tight ends, and he never got to play. And then he got really upset, and then he started doing drugs.
Well, and he had issues with drugs for a little while there, right?
Yeah. He was trying to get cut apparently. And we just kept being like, no, you just stay on the practice squad. You just stay right there because we know you're good. Just figure your crap out. But
well, I love that he's turned the corner and he's killing it with the Raiders. I love watching him play. Jail, sorry, we interrupted you. We were just giving you some time to think.
Exactly.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
28 years old. I think that's going to be a harder sell in Dynasty. I think it's fair, though. If you're contending and you need maybe you had Kittle, I would consider this trade. But I don't think the broader community is going to give up a mid to late first for a 28-year-old tight end. So I'm going to go with 42%.
I disagree.
42% selected Darren Waller, according to John Luke. Josh, what percentage of people, or no, you're not choosing the percentage.
Over under.
Do you think the actual percentage of people that chose Darren Waller in this trade is over or under 42%?
I think less people chose Darren Waller, actually. Or more people chose Darren Waller. Sorry. More people chose Darren Waller here. He's an elite tight end. He's playing like an elite tight end. He's one of two tight ends that you can trust week in and week out. Kelsey, not Kittle anymore. Kelsey and him. If you were anywhere thinking you need a tight end or competing at all, I would take Darren Waller here. I'm going to take the over.
You're going to take the over?
Yep.
Locked in?
Oh, yeah.
1 second. Let me do some math. It's really hard math.
With 140 people, it's going to come down to how many of those 140 are contending.
Well, I guess if they're only in one dynasty league. But you can't get a tight end of Darren Waller's quality with any draft pick. So,
yeah. Well, the other thing, how early next year does Kyle Pitts go in these rookie drafts? Have you watched him play at all this year? Every time I watch Florida play, I'm just like, I'm sitting there in absolute awe at this monster of
he got hurt. He got hurt.
He did get hurt. It was a dirty hit too, but he's a monster of a human being. Yeah. He's the next big thing. He's a first-round pick, even in non-tight end premium dynasty leagues, I think, even though it's a onesie position. We'll see, but that's what I think. But Josh selected the over. JL selected 42%. The actual percentage of people that chose Darren Waller over a 2021 mid to late first, 46%. JL, you were 4 points away. So you get 5 points for being within 5. And Josh, you correctly picked the over-under. So you get an additional 2 points. Wow. Josh, you're up to 4. And JL, you are up to 7 points going into round 4.
Let's do this.
Joshua, it is on you. So this one is also another dynasty league.
Dynasty. Let's go.
Dynasty.
Another.
Oh, I need to edit this. I didn't put all the
information. Dynasty polls are much easier to find. I've found.
Yeah. Okay. Dynasty half PPR. Side A is Saquon Barkley. Side B is the 2021 102 and 106. I'm guessing this person is just projecting what the picks would be, but that's what the poll says. So assuming those are the picks you're getting. Side A, Saquon Barkley. Side B, 2021 102 and 106.
That's a good trade, I guess. I mean, either way, you're not getting this player until next year, right? Or players. 2 rookies. One's going to be. I favor Saquon Barkley here. I think he's a generational talent. I don't love the Giants, but again, he's shown that he can do it regardless of his teammates around him. I think more people prefer Saquon here. I hope more people prefer Saquon here. I'll say that 59% people chose Saquon Barkley.
59%. John Luke, do you think the actual answer is higher or lower than 59%?
That is a very good guess, Josh. That is
Thank you. Putting you in a tough spot.
Yep. Oh, man. 102, 106, Saquon at 59%. I'm going to say over.
More people
would pick Saquon.
Okay. JL's taking the over. Locked in?
Locked in.
Boom. Here we go. The actual percentage of people that prefer Saquon Barkley over the 2021 102 and 106 is 47%. People very slightly prefer the 102 and 106.
Hey, I got some points.
Josh, it could be anything, even Saquon Barkley. You never know what you're going to get. So, Josh, you were 12 away, which is within 15. So you get 1 point. JL, you incorrectly picked the over-under, so you get 0 points.
Man.
My dog is acting weird. He's stressing me out. I don't know what's going on.
People really look into the future. People, it seems like they're choosing potential over, some guarantee a little bit.
It's that time of year. It's that time of year where a lot of teams, all they have is potential.
Yeah,
I know one of my dynasty teams. I'm about to just blow it up, but I'm trying not to because at this point, like I would look at that trade and think like, well, this isn't working. I could use those picks next year. So I get it. NBA rigged, water bet, Miami or Indy, same record. Who will make the playoffs? 1, Miami, 2, Indy, 3, both, 4, neither. I'll say Miami. I'll say choice 1. I'm going to say number 1, Miami makes it, Indy doesn't.
So look, I'm thinking of the conferences or the divisions they're both in. I guess you kind of have to consider the conferences too, but the divisions. So Miami's got to win the division. They got to beat the Bills, and I don't think
I don't think they're going to
that.
win their division. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
either
I
of these
think
teams are gonna win
Indianapolis
their
very
division.
well could win their division. I think they have a better chance. I don't think it's likely, against the Titans.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely the Colts win their division. I doubt both these teams make the playoffs, and I doubt neither of them do. Oh, man. I wish I had their schedules in front of me.
Well, so actually, right
what?
now, the Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, and Titans are leading their divisions, right?
Yeah.
And then there's going to be 2 wild card teams that go in, or is it 3 this year? It's 2, right? It's 2.
The NFL,
it's 2.
Yeah, the NFL's talked about some alternative plans just in case, but yeah, right now it's 2.
So the Raiders would be in not the Raiders. Sorry, the Ravens would be in right now at 6-2 as one of the wild card teams. And then the Colts, Raiders, and Dolphins are all 5-3. I don't think the Colts or the Dolphins are going to get in based on winning their division. And I think Miami has a better shot of snagging one of those wild card spots. That's all it comes down to. I don't think both of them will make it. I think the Ravens have a wild card spot just about guaranteed. I don't think they're going to win the division over the Steelers, but I think they will definitely have a good enough record to get a wild card spot. And then it comes down to, do I believe either the Dolphins or the Colts will get that second one?
And then there's the Browns.
Why does it feel like Steelers is that fantasy team in your league that somehow is undefeated?
I know what you're saying.
Look at their team and they're and their points for, points against, all back.
They have the 5th most points for in the league, and the least amount of points scored against.
Or the least amount of scored against.
That's what the Steelers 7 playoff teams. I'm not. I need confirmation on that.
Yeah, we can.
But you're right. They're sending 3 wild card teams. They're sending 3 wild card teams. Only the first one gets a bye. Only the first seed.
For me, this is Colts. It's not terribly far off. 538 has them at 47% likely to make the playoffs versus the Dolphins are at 39%. But the Dolphins have recently moved way up. So if that trend continues, I could see them eclipsing. And 39 from 47 is not too far off. But that would mean that it's probably more likely that neither make it than both of them making it.
Joshua?
I like
final answer. You're going to take the Dolphins only. I'll take Dolphins only. And Jale, you're saying Colts only.
Yep.
Okay. Someone remind us come playoff time. NBA rig that time to remind us to water bet ourselves.
I'll do it ourselves.
Well, to
take
water
a picture of this.
To water ourselves. Okay. We were on to round 5, correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll keep track for you, NBA rig.
And Josh is losing 5-7.
I am.
Round 5.
That is correct.
I have a little surprise for you guys. This is a new kind of poll. We haven't done something like this, or a new twist on a poll that we haven't done in poll perception. You guys have pen and paper ready? Because we're gonna do the final round the same way. So
I do.
Earlier I explained the rules. All that goes out the window in round 5. How round 5 works, since they've both done 2 rounds, they're each going to write down their percentage answer. And whoever's closer will get 5 points. Or if they hit it right on the head, they get 10. So really, it all comes down to this round because this was a pretty close game. So, in a dynasty league, who would you rather have on your team? Side A, Cortland Sutton. Side B, Michael Gallup. Or side C, Deebo Samuel. What percentage of people chose Cortland Sutton?
Wow, yeah, we have never had a question with 3 choices. So, wow. So we just got to choose the percentage of Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
That's interesting. It's real interesting.
That is super interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I'll give you guys 30 seconds.
All right.
What should we talk about for 30 seconds?
Give us a TV review of Ugly Betty.
Okay, so Ugly Betty was honestly transformative for me growing up.
She was
No, as a beautiful person growing up, I had a hard time connecting with with the ugly girl named Betty at my school. But watching this show kind of gave me this understanding of what it was like to be ugly and be named Betty. Though it really threw me for a loop whenever she finally took off her glasses and let her ponytail down, and suddenly she was beautiful. That transformation really was just a little too much for my brain to handle. And for the next 3 weeks at middle school, I was running around ripping girls' glasses off, seeing if they turned into beautiful girls as well. But apparently that only works in the movies and in the TV show Ugly Betty. The end.
I'm changing my answer.
Based off that.
Yes.
That was the loudest paper crinkle I've ever
For
heard.
real. Why did it get louder? All right. I'm
Okay,
ready.
Josh. 3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Got it.
Just in the nick of time. Josh, since you just finished writing it, let's see what you got first. What percentage of people chose Cortland Sutton over Michael Gallup and Deebo Samuel? 54%.
I went high. I
John
did not
Luke?
have it that high originally. I'll put it that way.
John Luke, what do you project? John Luke selects 39%. Okay. And for everyone watching, there were 3 options on this poll: Cortland Sutton,
This is
Michael
my
Gallup,
original
or
answer.
Deebo Samuel.
Not that it matters.
Okay. The percentage of people that chose Michael Gallup was 5%.
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good.
So the
But this is
95%
what worried me.
remaining.
This is what worried me right here.
So it's down to Deebo Samuel and Cortland Sutton. The percentage of people that chose Cortland Sutton, 63%. Josh, you are our winner. You were closer than JL.
Whoa!
You completed the comeback. Final score of 10-7. Sorry, I'm getting your celebration banner ready. Josh 10, JL 7. Josh wins.
That looked kind of cool, didn't it?
Yeah, do it 5 more times and then run up and down the stairs. Okay.
That's how fast
Good
I
game,
went.
guys. Josh, great win pulling that out at the last second.
Ooh.
And good news for you, JL, is tomorrow you guys are going head to head again in Fantasy Horse, so you can have your moment in redemption. And then I'll take a back seat and let you guys host the games, and I'll kick your guys' butt. But I wanted to give you guys each an opportunity to win one at the beginning of the week.
I think you're kind of
Thank you,
scared,
Simon.
Simon. I
Thank
think
you.
that's what's going on here.
I hear nervous in his voice. He's definitely
really
nervous.
scared.
I'm doing this for you guys.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Yeah, I guess I'll host tomorrow, but I want to.
I'll do.
Did
I don't
Liam
like
call
when you guys call me names when I lose.
No, I like
you really
it.
can't
That's
handle it.
actually my favorite part.
I'll call you names.
I enjoy being called names.
Spicy daddy.
Okay, before this crosses into our premium content, I'm gonna call it. You guys can find us on YouTube. Follow us and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, please. It would help the show a lot. It's Front Yard Fantasy on both sites. We are getting close to Twitch partner status, and we got a long way to go for YouTube partner status.
Not that far, only like 40 new subscribers. We could do that.
That's on YouTube. I thought we had to get like 1,000.
Call your grandma. Say, Grandma, what is your Gmail password? And she'll be like, what? And I'm like, all right, I'm creating a Gmail for you, Grandma.
I thought it was email.
It's Gmail now, Grandma. Listen, I'm gonna make it for you. If you don't know your password, well, I got you. YouTube, Front Yard Fantasy, subscribe. Grandma's gonna love it.
Grandma's kisses.
You know what we got to do? We got to get some sort of giveaway together. Some autographed jersey, maybe some Front Yard Fantasy merch. I don't know. And then maybe have a giveaway. And all you have to do to enter is show us that you subscribe to us on Twitch and YouTube. Spread it around, and maybe we'll do something like that. Jill and Josh and I will.
With my grandma.
But you have to get her to subscribe as well. She's been a tough sell.
She will not give me her password.
Okay. You can find us on Twitter as well at Front Yard FYF, and John Luke up here, our loser. You can find on Twitter at FYF John Luke. You can find Joshua, the grand champion, at FYF Josh, and you can find me, the host who's scared the most, at FYF Simon. and who really struggles with pointy.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Remember it, people. Remember it. Trading makes fantasy fun.
It's your last week to remember it in a lot of leagues, so really remember it.
We will be say this afterwards, Josh.
When the trade deadline's passed.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The trade deadline coming
after
up.
the trade deadline. Are you still going to say trading makes fantasy fun every episode?
Maybe.
You got time to think about it.
I'll contemplate.
Join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're here every weekday at that same time, and we are playing Week 10, Week 9 horse tomorrow. Week 10 horse would be wild since we don't know what happened.
Just guessing.
Cool. We'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Adios.